Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to episode number 6 of The Passion of Destiny. My name is Ekuegan. You don't have to say it properly, just call me EK. Today's guest, you probably already know this guest. I'm saying, especially on YouTube. You hit 1 million yet, Rick?
Yep.
There you go. So, Mr. Rick Kackis is the guest for today. We're going to be running through the GM, farming some things, and also just talking about Destiny and memes and so on. All right. Thank you for watching. If you guys ever need to figure out where to find Rick, I will have all the info on the bottom of the video. And if you're in chat right now, if you type exclamation mark guest, you're going to be able to find him on Twitter, on YouTube. And I was looking for a TikTok, but I couldn't find it right away to put it on there. But there you go. All right.
I just made that. I basically use it to edit Twitter videos.
Yeah. But yep. Here we go. Let's go tackle this. Also, look, man, Rick wants to run his middle tree sentinel, so now I have to see the strat because I feel like Smashing Thunder was, the better in my opinion for Thunder Crash. But if Rick has,
we'll see. It's amazing in that middle room, and it completely absorbs the tank shots, so you guys can just go to town and don't have to worry about it. Whereas Bubble will break, and you can still die in it.
Well, here's the thing: we just chaos the tank. So normally we just run 2 chaoses and the tether, and you chaos the tank, and then you chaos the next tank up top, and that's how you just get rid of the tank problem. Like the tank never kind of stays there for too long. And then for the second tank, before it drops, if you place one or 2 anarchy things at the bottom, and then it comes up and you place one on it, it basically does damage to it because it's tied to it. So that's like another way to kind of bypass that. But then I'm looking at it, maybe it was just your team composition. Like someone was running well, then yeah, you definitely need to kind of protect it out. I also had it to where like people needed to do like a different burn to get their gilded stuff. So, people, people did run that as well.
Yeah, I got that all done, so I don't have to worry about that. Do we have a...
What do you think about the whole gilding thing for this season? Everyone's like, man, it's not much. We just have to do the burn and do the 6 things.
First question, do we have a that gauntlet, an Aeon's gauntlet for heavy ammo?
Maybe.
Is that you? Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. That thing is so good. Yeah, I don't mind gilding. I think it's pretty, it gives people something to do. From my understanding though, it shows how many, like next season
it's gonna keep going up. Yeah,
so if I get gilded like Dredgen, and next season if I gild my Dredgen again, it'll like show people that I'm gilded Dredgen × 2 or whatever.
Yeah,
like that's the cool part, is like it keeps going up, so it gives you that little bit of a clout factor.
No, is what I was gonna say. Like, I know gilding is pretty neat because it goes up, but like what is required of the gilded for Conquer this season, people aren't too happy because it's just like once you do the 4 burns, you go and you do the 6 strikes and you're done. And a lot of people are saying like, man, I have to wait till the last 3 weeks to get this gilded, whereas like Dredgen, I got it right away, or Flawless, I got it right away, or Unbroken, I got it right away. But for Conqueror, I have to wait a bit. What do you think about that?
I don't mind it because it's like, that's the point, right? Like certain titles are harder than others. Like, we all kind of meme about Dredgen because it's hilarious, but like in reality, if you see a Dredgen, you're like, eh. But if you see someone who's Enlightened or Shadow or something, you're kind of like, oh, you know what I mean? It's a little bit more, and so that goes into Conqueror as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it does take longer, but that's the point. So when you see a Conqueror, you're like, oh, or a Gilded Conqueror, you're like, oh, this guy's legit, right?
Yeah, people are worried that it's going away the next season. Like, you won't see it until you guild again. That's another like topic. I'm not even sure Bungie confirmed anything like that yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. So if you don't guild, so if you're saying like, so I guild, 3 times before, and then it's a season if I don't gild, it won't even show that I'm
It
gilded.
won't even
times
show that you're
3.
gilded. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what people are kind of
Worried
talking
about.
Yeah, because the thing is, what's the point of being gilded in the last 2 weeks, the last 3 weeks of the season? You're only showing that off for 3 weeks, and then the next season you have to basically wait again to redo that. So I don't know. I just thought maybe people were asking you about that too. I don't know how that's gonna work out. I think it
Huh.
would be neat if they allow people to keep their gilded stuff. Like next season, like let's say you get in game, you should be able to wear your gilded 1, right? And then if you wanted to go for gilded 2, then you won't be able to put that on until you finish gilding again. But if they take that away from people, I don't know how well that's going to resonate with the community.
Yeah, to me, I'm not really like a Triumph seal person. I've never really cared. I'm all about like, for me, it needs to be like practical loot, right? I'm not really a cosmetic guy, so I haven't put too much thought into it. But those are definitely concerns. Like, it seems like they're on the right track. I like the idea of like, hey, you can go the extra distance with these titles, and it shows you how many times you've done it. Like, that's key. But yeah, there are obviously. By the way, can you make us invisible here or no?
Yeah, I can. You
Maybe
just want to run through here?
everyone?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's beta? All right, there you go. I would say when it comes to showing off in Destiny, that's what people like to do, man. People like to show off.
Oh, definitely. But I like to show off with the gear. I like to show off with those gaudy rolls. I don't want to show off with
but
a
most
title.
people don't like inspecting people sometimes. Like
Yeah.
But then if you're at the top running around, you can see the title on someone's head. Right?
I would like to get the best of both, and a good example is the Trials, like the Trials Sparrow and the Trials Shell, where it's like a actual reward, and yet you're kind of showing off again, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like in-game cosmetic rare things is what you kind of want to show off.
Yeah.
That's cool. That makes sense. But yeah, to me, like when someone's trying to show something off, it's either their title or maybe the Triumph score or other things like that. But that's basically what my peers kind of have.
Yeah, I would love to get it in a place where you're showing off more gear. Like I would love to have ornaments, exotic ornaments behind certain activities. Like, a great example is why not the Trials ornament for the Vigilance Wing? Like how dope would that be? How dope would that be, like, for the actual, like, as a reward?
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably... Perfect example. Eyes of Tomorrow came out. Maybe the ornament should have came from the raid,
Yeah, doing it flawless.
Because then if you're going to guarantee people the gun itself, maybe when people get it, then the ornament should come from the raid itself. I haven't seen like as many cosmetic reward in the game as we had like in previous, like in Destiny 1, everyone wanted the Nano Phoenix, I think, from Wrath. And I know people that still don't have that damn shit.
Well, they had a whole, yeah, exactly. And then there was also the whole ornament sets put with Age of Triumph, right? Like,
yeah.
And they were freaking dope too.
Wait, I got sniped really far. I don't know.
Get you here.
I feel like when it comes to ornaments, people should definitely be able to earn in the game and not just through Eververse. I feel like there needs to be a balance of both. Maybe 2 sets of ornaments, like one for Eververse, because they need to make their money, and then one that a player can earn in game. Especially when they're trying to go off with the whole new players.
Do you want to finish
light.
this guy right down here, the unstop?
Okay. Yeah. I was working on the Colossus up top. This guy's not finishable yet. Rick set me up.
Sorry. Dude, I
thought he was finishable, so I dropped it.
Yeah, that's my bad. Apparently he was 1 millisecond away from it.
You can probably stop one more time and then get me. I'll do the finisher.
There you go.
All right, what's alive right now? I think Beta took out the.
You're.
Does he have? Okay, he has his chaos. Perfect. But yeah, as you can see, chaos kind of just shreds that thing down, man. That's why I was like, you want to block? Mr. Rick Kackis, the great blocker. That's gonna be the nickname from now on for you.
I mean, I can switch it. In my comp, we didn't have the chaos, so we were just like shooting it, and that's why it was so good. But
so what you're saying is,
I for you guys are the chaos is really nice, and yeah, it negates the need for me to do my thing, so I can definitely switch. I can be bubble. I can be whatever you want me to be.
No, I would say you made it work, right, with your team concept. And, a lot of people don't like doing that. People like forcing things onto others. Like, perfect example. You're not a speedrunner. Someone's like, hey, man, we should Divinity Izanagi this. But you're like, why? Me and my friends want to use Anarchy. Me and my friends want to use Xeno for Warmind cells, right?
I think Izanagi is the most overrated thing for this crap, honestly. Like, it's like, yeah, okay, it kills champions fast, but then you have to dedicate your entire build to getting special, and you're like, you're getting way less supers because you're using special finisher, and you're like constantly stressing about like, hey, who has special? I need to finish this guy. Like, I don't know. It's just like, or you could use anarchies and do it 30 seconds longer, and it's like a way easier experience. I don't know, in my opinion.
Yeah, one of the things that like I face a lot is, I'm helping people out through through GMs, and someone's like jumping in saying, hey man, why don't you just run Izanagi Divinity? I'm like, wait, so you think I played with these people enough to be like, hey, you two randoms that I just met up, I'm gonna focus on this guy right here, focus with me. Okay, next, here, this is my next move.
Exactly.
No, this is something that people that play together for a while kind of have together because they coordinate a lot. Someone goes and watches a speedrun video and is like, oh my God, they did it like this, so I have to do it like this.
He's finishable, by the way.
Is he up top?
I know he's down below, finishable.
Okay, going for it.
You'll see him. Yeah, there you go.
It's just mind-blowing when people do that.
Yeah, come upstairs with me, by the way. Because I can block, and then you guys can easily... I can tank all the freaking shots from that guy. Tank all the missiles coming up from the bottom. Wow, look at all these orbs. Look at how safe you guys are right now. What a great choice of subclass.
I don't know what to tell you, because that we could kill that guy from up here with cover, but I like that. I like that. You know what? People didn't really like Military Sentinel for the longest time, or Chaos Reach. Everyone's like, always saying, oh, run well. Run well, run bubble if you're on the Titan. That seemed to be the play. Or on the Hunter, run Celestial Nighthawk. And I'm like, what year are you in? Like,
yeah. Well, speaking to your point, like there's definitely in Destiny Key, there's like a weird kind of like, oh, I know it, so everyone knows it. Or like you said, like I do it, so everyone's got to do it. I just put out. Are we? By the way, are we setting someone up the chain to like trigger him early?
Nah, I was gonna show you the way that we kind of bake them, like on this side. So basically, we kill these ads, we go up, and then we'll take out the flame turrets or whatever. The thing is, Brakazan doesn't move from the platform if his life doesn't go past a certain limit, right? So what I like to do is take about 30% of that first third bar out, and then we place anarchies and just finish them off.
All right.
Because each boss is like health gate in this game, right? There's always a pattern to a boss. Like if you stay in if you stay in a room long enough, you'll notice like what each boss does.
Should I be anarchying him right now? Like as we're going up?
Nope.
All right.
Another reason why I like doing this is because I've seen people die on the elevator a lot as we're trying to like bake from the elevator. Someone wants to slide and the game has you stuck, which is weird. Like you're stuck in an elevator even though you should be able to move. All right, so basically, Rick, you're gonna be hiding here. Beta is gonna be on that left side there. I'm gonna get his aggro real quick. Let me just go on this side here. All right, so once I have his attention, Beta's going to move to that left side there. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. So we're going to bring his life down to about, you see how there's 3 bars or whatever? We're going to bring the first bar to half. There you go. So now we're going to place Anarchy. I'm going to tether out, and we're going to go for a bake. So place Anarchies, tethers out, Beta's going to super out. And if you had Thunder Crash, you'd have died probably right there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
You see what I mean? This is better than like being on an elevator, having to peek. You might die. It's just, I don't think this boss is that crazy.
No, that's true. That's true. I've definitely had teammates die. I don't think I've ever died on the elevator one time because I just time the shots. Like you just wait until you hear the shot and then you go do Anarchy.
Yeah.
But sometimes he is a little bit tricky with that.
I just hate getting stuck on that floor too, right? And that was 13-minute run, and we were just like casually talking and doing whatever.
I'm down. I'll switch to Thunder Crash. I see what you guys are doing here.
I see. What do you think about Transmog next season, dude?
Everyone's gonna look the same? About that point, about the point you were saying about like like you have to do it my way. You have to like, and I was saying it is kind of weird where people kind of forget that like not everyone knows everything. I put out a video on Friday, just a quick video about the Messenger. I was like, hey guys, the Messenger is like the 3-win reward. This weapon is phenomenal. Like you should absolutely be using it. And I was like, and then went over, hey, these are the best rolls for it quickly, and that's it. Someone on Twitter is like hit me up like, wow, like you could have done this in a tweet, like literally such a like waste of time. I'm like, he's all upset. Literally I kid you not, that night, obviously as more people watch the video and like that night and leading into the weekend, even today, I'm getting tweets, and you can look into my like mentions. I'm getting tweets after tweet after tweet of people tweeting me their messengers being like, yo, thank you for telling me about this. I had no idea. Like, this is my best role. I got one with Desperado. Thank you so much. And it's like, that's the thing. Like, people are just they always got something to say. And it's like, yeah, like you could have got this information in a tweet, but like someone who's never set foot in trials doesn't know the process, doesn't know that you don't even need a win. Right? Yeah. And doesn't know that, hey, you can get this Desperado perk. This thing's top tier. Like, this is an S tier weapon. Like, go in there. It's definitely worth it. And it's just kind of like that weird mentality of like, I know it, so like no one else can possibly know it. Or like everyone else must know it too, or everyone else must do it like this way. It's just kind of weird.
Hey man, if you don't do it the way someone pictures it, or they saw someone else do it, you're doing it wrong.
Exactly.
Like, weird. All right, so this is weird. Like yesterday, one of my mods like tagged me in Discord. He's like, "Did you know you could do this in the Dreaming City?" And I was like, "Yes, we have that as a command. I have it in the video, but it's not the main issue." And he was like, "Well, I didn't know you can pop a bounty in the in the Shattered Throne and get high stat gear." And I was like, "Yeah, but that's been there for the longest time." Now there's like a bunch of people that now learn from someone else, and it happens. People don't know a lot of in this game. You would think everyone knows stuff in the game because we play the game a lot, right? So then when you do something, someone's like, wait a minute, you could do that? You can use your smoke and then dodge and get your smoke back? How did you do that?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, by the way, I'm ready. I got the chest piece and everything.
All
dude,
right.
It's the same thing for me. I'll get shit on for like explaining something a little bit more or having a little bit of a longer video in terms of a guide. Yeah. But then like by the vet players, they're like, oh, like you're telling people how to do this. Like, of course they know. Of course they know, or whatever. But if you go into the comments, as people are like, they're like thrilled. They're like, finally, right? They're like coming from other guides that like maybe didn't mention it. They're like, finally, someone like talked about how to do this. Finally, like someone talked about how like, the fastest way. A good example is like those activities that are like, oh, do strikes or nightfalls or gambit, right? And it's like they all progress a quest. And a lot of people won't even test what progresses what. And so they're like, oh, just do any of the 3, right? And I'll say, okay, I actually tested it. Turns out Gambit's by far the fastest. So it's like, I'll take an extra 90 seconds to explain that, and then people will get mad, but they don't realize they saved 2 hours of grinding the wrong ass thing. And it's like, brother.
I think some people just like being mad just to be mad, and that happens.
Shit.
What?
I have overload SMG rounds on this.
No worries. No worries.
For some reason, I do have anti-barrier sniper though.
Yeah, so
but
you're
won't be able to stun champions this time. Sorry.
We'll get it done.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
But yeah, there's just a lot of folks out there that don't know what's happening in the game, and it's nice to like put out a vid. And then you have like the lead is like, well, me and my team did like this, and we did in this amount of time. But I was like, yes, but I'm not sure if this was made for you or if it was made for someone to tackle it so they can get it done with their friends. This wasn't made for you and your friend. If you and your friend can get it done, then the video doesn't really help you out. And and I'm fine with that. Maybe you don't need the help. But it's always, I don't know. That's like a weird factor in the world of Destiny, especially PvE. People just love, putting on a whole track race driver suit and getting in your car and becoming the driver. They want to drive you. It's weird.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, it is weird. Like, it's like you can't it suggest anything other than the Izanagi. So it feels like sometimes people get mad.
To each their own, man. But I can't wait for Transmog next season. Be honest.
Transmog is gonna be pretty fire, yeah.
But you know what? There's a lot of ugly looking characters out there, though. I don't know if Transmog is gonna change people's stuff, man.
My character's always absolutely hideous.
I mean, I looked at your character for a second. He looked like a villain in like a Teenage
my Titan's
Ninja Turtle series. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. It's psychological warfare. Imagine you're in trials and you get killed by this ugly ass Titan. You're like, oh my god! It gets your brain already riled up. You're already in the wrong direction. You're already lost. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Just psychologically.
I see. Half of the time, I don't really look at people's characters when I'm shooting them in trials, though. But hey, man, if it works, it works.
Nah. Hey, if it works one time, it works. You know what I'm saying?
All I know is I see some ugly ass characters, man, and I don't understand it. This whole season, the gear is just full of balls.
It's gonna open up so much possibilities. Is the crazy thing. Like right now, you can really only design your Titan realistically around ornaments, right? Because it's just not practical necessarily to. You should be using the best stat roll gear, not the best looking gear, right?
I mean, I've seen some people using their best looking as though their best stat all the time.
Well, of course, but I'm saying a lot of people will probably just use the highest stat roll gear, right?
Yeah.
So you really, again, you only are designing your character around a small set of ornaments that you actually have control over, and maybe you'll keep some the original. But it's going to be really interesting now that essentially the number of ornaments is going to 10x, right? Because it's all the normal gear is going to become ornaments, going to be treatable like ornaments. And that just opens up crazy possibilities. You can put in Trials of the 9 gear, you can put in Prophecy gear. Oh my gosh, it's just so much different kind of gear. And older gear too, from Leviathan, from all the older raids. It's gonna be awesome.
I'll say shader selection for people is terrible regardless. I have a whole room, since we're gonna be ending early because you gotta go. I'm probably gonna go through and see what people put in the fashion room. There's a lot of people that get roasted, and some look really nice. And I'm gonna be honest, fashion is also endgame. Going and doing endgame activities, cool, but fashion is definitely endgame in Destiny. I know people that are not even up to light, but their characters are looking fly.
Real.
The stats don't even matter. They legit have on a 20, a 40, and a 60 here. But you look at the character, man, look at this damn character. I can go to war with this character. And then I look at the stats, I'm like, I'm not going to war with this character.
Exactly. Oh man.
Put this together.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
It's like, yeah, bro, that, you know, that piece of armor looks dope. It's a 55 stat though, but you know, cool as hell. I don't know. The Destiny fashion community is basically, no, it's just like, it is a sweet place sometimes, but also it's basically like, are you using Callus's selected? then you got a Destiny fashion character, maybe.
A lot of people get mad at me when I talk about like distribution over overall. Everyone's always like, man, if it's not a 64 or higher, I'm not keeping it. You're full of shit. Stop it. I got stuck. It's just like,
Oh crap.
I'm like, no. First of all, not every piece of gear you're gonna get is gonna be a 64 or higher that has great distribution. If I'm making the build, I want my distribution. So if I'm making a grenade build, I'm gonna want gear that has discipline on it. Doesn't matter if it's a 54. If it has where I need it, and then it has more in the second area that I'm working on.
Can you finish this guy? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I agree. It is, yeah. People do get obsessed over the little like numbers, but I would challenge you and say I think people sometimes get obsessed in a different way. They look at a spicy or like a spiky 58 roll, and they're like, "Oh, this is dope," and it's like, yeah, or it's not even that spiky. It's just spiky in like one area or something. And I think,
one area, hell no, I'm out.
Yeah, and I think it's like both definitely matter. Like people, I think I've seen people that like see if it's spiky at all, it's like they're a hunter and it has like, you know, 20 mobility, little spike there, but then the other spike is in strength, right? Or something, not that you're or even resilience, and they're like, oh hell yeah, it's spiky, and it's like, brother, not necessarily. You know, it is spiky, but not where you want it to be. I think it's like definitely a mix, and for me, unfortunately, it is that mix of like it needs to be spiky and it needs to be like, if it's not like, you know, 63 plus, I don't even give a crap. Just because I have so much armor, decent armor, you just kind of get to that point, you know.
But yeah, I mean, I was looking at my gear now. I have a bunch of pieces of gear. I have one that has 27 recovery and 27 discipline on it with nothing else.
Should I thunder crash this boss? Or like, what should I thunder crash?
I would say thunder crash the unstoppables once we get them, because thunder crash knocks out about 60% of their stuff. So I'll place anarchy as well.
Will I get it back?
Nah.
By the boss? Like,
what do you mean?
I
like,
want to have it.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you get it back before boss. You get it back
I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you guys to stun him because I can't stun him.
Oh man, this one got out before you were able to slam.
Dang.
It's all right. No, but you'll get it back before a boss.
Yeah, I got some of the orbs already. Should be fine.
Okay, that one's finishable. Especially if you have high intellect, you'll definitely have it back before a boss.
Yeah.
Also, for anyone watching this video, if you don't know what transmog is, it means you get to take anything that's in your collections right now and you get to turn it into an ornament. That means if I go to my collection for armor and I see gear, anything that's here, whether it's competitive, gambit, world, factions, events, everything that's in here is collected. And in the future, you're going to be able to turn that into a universal ornament. That's basically what transmog is. You get to make yourself look like whatever you want. I know Bungie kind of spoke about it, how it's going to work, and they're going to let us more. They're going to let us know more in the future in the TWAB and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. And then next season, we're getting VOG back too, which is pretty neat. What did you think about VOG from Destiny 1?
I loved it. I think people are looking at it now. There's definitely a kind of a different. There's a discussion going on of like how good it was. It really, people are going and replaying it, being like, oh, you know, this first part, you know, the first part does take place in that one kind of area where you defend, and then you go right into the Templar, and that's definitely true. But I think it's no worse than not Scourge. What am I thinking of? Crown of Sorrow first encounter, right? The thing I really liked about VOG, and I still like, is that, and this is something that VOG does arguably better than even current raids, is it gives you the opportunity to clutch. Like, I remember in that first encounter when you're defending those things. Oh, by the way, champion right on me.
Yep.
He like up top. I mean,
Up top. Okay.
Yeah. He was right around that corner. He's on the bridge now. Oh, he might be jumping down. Oh, there he is. Anyways, like it gives you those clutch opportunities, right? Like I remember defending those confluences, and we'd have times where like people would die on their confluences, and so you'd have to like defend 2 and 1, and you were like rotating back and forth, and you were like, you know, maybe the last alive, and you got it done, and you won it for the whole team. I feel like now because the raids are like more mechanically intensive, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it loses those clutch moments. It's like, oh, someone died, just wipe, right? And that's something I that like King's Fall is the best example of that. It's like you needed all 6 people just doing, you know, going through a laundry list of mechanics.
Well, no, King's Fall you can still do it with 4.
Yeah, but realistically, like with a normal team, you kind of needed everyone to play their part, you know? Yeah. I miss those moments when like people would die and the remaining people would clutch it out.
You mean heroic moments, meaning just hard mode of raids. They're talking about bringing the master. That shield cucked me. I was gonna snipe. Rick.
It was.
I mean, that's another reason why I'm kind of excited when they spoke about like having massive versions of raids again. You know, because all those heroic moments, like you said, are gone. You can't sit there and clutch something because there's a timer of 2 minutes, and if you don't pick the person up or finish the encounter, it's a wipe. And it's just weird because each encounter is different. Why is it tied to 2 minutes? You know, or what is it? It's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, I don't exactly want necessarily to go back to like the you can't revive thing, because that did make it. It's like, oh, someone's dead, wipe. Someone's dead, wipe. And it was just like wipe until you get it right. I like some of the best hero moments were like when you had a team that like someone died and you had to go and res them, and it was like I always thought it was more clutch and more
to res
skillful
someone?
Yeah, to have to go and get that res in the middle of a raid encounter than just wiping and starting again. But, right?
I guess, but like look at
I agree
DSC.
with the 2 minutes thing is kind of like and also the spawns are so freaking bad, and a lot of the raids you teleport around, so it's like someone dies and their res is like on a different floor or something. You're like, what the hell do I do now? You know what I'm saying?
I would say look at Deep Stone Crypt, right? Most of the encounters can be done with 3 people, right? So I almost felt like they almost set that up to where like there was like a master version or a prestige version, and then they dumbed it down. So imagine, you know, you not being able to pick someone up, you can still 5-man or 4-man it. But I would say it probably depends on just the mechanics itself of each encounter. But I get what you're saying too. Bringing someone back to life after clutching it up or killing what needed to be killed is pretty awesome. All right, I'm placing Anarchy. Tether's out. You guys can super. He's dead. But yeah.
Like I seriously, I don't know. I just miss those. I feel like Destiny 1 had more clutch moments, like Wrath of the Machine, you know, picking up 2 of the Scorch cannons and like getting them both done and stuff like that. And I just feel like some of that is a little bit gone in Destiny 2, where it's like everyone has to stand in their plate, you know what I mean? Like in their own little spot and do whatever.
I mean, that was one of my main issues with Leviathan. It was like a standstill raid. It was like each encounter was like stand here, shoot everything, then move here, then stand here and shoot everything. Bath was like that too. Kill here, stand here. Okay, now go to the next spot, stand here, do that. Dogs was a little bit of movement. Even the final boss was like, stand on this platform, shoot him. Okay, go on this platform and shoot him. Go to the next platform and shoot him. The what is it? Was it a vault? It was similar to the vault encounter, the gauntlet run thing. You know, like you were standing there shooting and then moving and then standing there moving.
Yeah, 100%. Let me next time go to orbit so I can put on my unstop rounds.
I got you. I can do it right now. You're fine.
Okay. Just really quickly.
People hated Curse of Osiris to this day, and I think Curse of Osiris was a nice change for the game. The reason why I say that is because it brought Eater of World, and it was
All right, I'm good now.
that boss, or even throughout that lair, we were all like moving. It wasn't it wasn't a
That was a
standstill.
good encounter. No, you're 100% right. Well, a lot of people were defending, but then the other people were definitely moving, and that was a really good encounter. But the problem is like at the end of the day, it was like a couple raid encounters. It's like if they would have added like one more encounter, it would have been a full flushed out raid.
Yeah, it seems like most of the stuff that they make for us are just layers. And if you go back, you look at Destiny 1, Crotozan was a lair. Like, I define a lair as like you're only fighting two bosses, basically.
Scourge and Crown are both like kind of layers. Like they
they
both
were
had the
layers.
exact same thing of like where it's like one beginning encounter, and then traveling, and then first encounter and second encounter in the same room against like different bosses.
Yep, GOS was basically the same way, like you just said. You're fighting two bosses and most of it's mechanic, and then DSC became the same thing. Last Wish was the only true full raid that was similar to King's Fall in Destiny 1. With multiple bosses. And that goes to my next question. Do you feel like when Witch Queen comes out, that raid is going to be a full raid? I feel like it's going to be a full raid with bosses.
I think it's got to be. I think Garden was a full raid too, in all honesty, because you have that first encounter, then you have another encounter, and then you have another encounter kind of in the same room, but you're in the kind of different parts of it, and then you have a full another. Like I feel like that's a full raid. It just sucks that the loot was so bad in that stupid raid.
I don't know if it was to me, I don't think it was a full raid because it was more mechanic.
But it was 3 different areas, right? It's a beginning encounter, and then you have a little bit of a traveling section, and then a whole 2 encounters in this other area. Then you have a 3rd completely different area for the boss fight, right? And that, to me says full raid.
Yeah, I kind of pair full raids up with how many bosses we fight because of like I don't know. Are you a huge fan of like mechanics?
They had to tone it down a little bit, I think, from what is it called? Last Wish, because that was like all boss fights. So I don't mind.
That was a great raid.
Yeah, no, it was very good. But I think that Garden didn't have that. Like 2 big raid bosses is not bad. I would have maybe preferred 3, but I like sometimes having like a non-boss fight encounter that's like fun and new and interesting. I really liked, Gorgons, and I really liked the Sparrow encounter in Scourge. Like that was fun as hell. Like it was actually just fun and like intense. You know what I mean? And I feel like one of those like spliced into the raid is like a good thing.
I mean, jumper puzzles are like most Guardians' weaknesses in this game. Is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, it turns out Sparrow racing is also another big one.
People getting pushed over.
This guy's finishable, by the way.
Yep. Jumping just scares people, man.
But yeah, I do think that Witch Queen will be a full raid. They've got it. Now that they only really have one true new raid. I mean, thank God they're adding Vogue back. Because it does get a little tiring. Like, Deepstone Crypt has honestly been... I'm going to say something a little bit, maybe controversial, but I think that Deepstone Crypt being maybe a little bit easier... Well, I think... Firstly, the main reason that so many people beat it wasn't necessarily because it was super easy, but because they had actual time to prep, and like so many more people could do it. Like
I'm gonna say, bro, it was easy. Like you go in there right now, and the ads aren't even aggressive. A champion looks at you like it's nothing, but then you jump into Grandmaster, and a small ad, a Scion, can kill you in less time. A Thrall
100%
can like just smell at you twice and you're dead. I don't know what happened there, but to this day,
I agree that the ads are not that intense and it's easier now. But like, I don't think that when it was challenge mode, it was like super
like that. Dude, I don't think
it was that easy.
I don't know.
I think that because the learning the mechanics was the issue there, right? Like Scourge was easier, honestly, if you were like leveled up.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. Scourge didn't really have a contest modifier. But
exactly. I don't know. I think yeah, this guy randomly spawns here.
Yeah.
I really liked how you had actual time to prep. I don't like you have 3 days.
Oh no,
I don't like that.
I mean, Crown was probably the worst one ever.
Oh my
to
god,
set up.
6 hours.
But I don't know, man. Like, I legit went to a champion, and it was like he didn't really like attack me. It was like I got to kill him pretty easily. Like, I was handling like a side of the
I know.
room.
And dregs, there's like way too many dregs. There needs to be a bit more like vandals and stuff. I agree.
The sniper shanks weren't sniping. Like, bro, there was just a lot of things that was just like, this wasn't it.
I know, but at the same time, like Atrax or whatever, and then Tanix, those encounters when contest mode were on were pretty legit. Like, you had to be on it, right? It wasn't like it was that easy. I don't know. We're also so experienced. Like, it's easy for me and you maybe, but like for other people, I think like it was definitely, especially Atrax was like definitely a challenge. And also, you've got to consider, this is something I don't think a lot of people consider. I think it needed to be a bit easier. It needed to be a bit more accessible, just because there's only one raid for the entire freaking year, right? And the raid is how you get your pinnacles, right? So like, they can't have an inaccessible hard raid if they're gonna say like,
well, for day one, I think it should be hard. Anyone can call me elitist or whatever, but I would say for day one, it should be hard. And they shouldn't make more raids like that for the first day.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying like you got to consider.
But after that, when the contest modifiers lift, cool. My only issue is the contest modifier itself not being true to what it is. Like, ads weren't aggressive. I don't know. It wasn't a true contest modifier. Especially like, dude, I live in GMs and I understand what a true contest modifier is. You can't really like chill. You always have to like pay attention.
I don't think though that it should have a full GM modify. I don't think it should be like every ad one shots you, kind of like it can be in a GM. I think you should like at least be like 2 shot, because then if every ad
that's
one
how
shots
Crown
you,
was though. Crown was insane day one.
Yeah,
and it had nothing to do with
true.
light level. It was just contest. Same thing for GOS. Dude, GOS was wild.
Yeah, GOS was absolutely wild. Man, I mean, I don't know. Like, again, I think that you got to consider that, if you're telling people this is the best way to level up for the next year, you have to make it a little bit more accessible. You just have to. Like, it was fine to have hard raids when there was multiple raids, because then you just didn't have to do the hardest one if you were a newer player, right? But if there's only one raid that's dropping pinnacles, right? It can't be like super hard. It just can't.
No. Like I said, it's not about the raid being hard after contest modifiers lift.
I know you're saying contest.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying.
I don't think they should be like stupid hard where like only a certain percentage of players get it done. No. I mean, if they do that, like, then people are gonna be pissed. You're gonna see a bunch of forums on Reddit.
Well, I do think that a huge reason was just that people could do it. Like, the more people got it done, but oh my gosh, sorry. More people got it done, but more people, I'm actually a really easy res come down here for some reason. More people got it done, but more people than ever attempted it too.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like that, and I feel like that kind of should be the takeaway. I don't disagree that the raid ended up being maybe a little too easy, but I'm saying, like, again, it maybe needed to be because of accessibility. And I think that another main thing is so many people attempted it, and that is a huge win. You want the entire community like in there, and I think we didn't really have that since Leviathan, right? Where like everyone's in the raid, and when people beat encounters, it's like a huge deal, and like everyone's talking about it and stuff. That was awesome.
No, bro, like, yeah, I want people to like attempt. I want people to play. I want people to get it done. For sure.
But that's the thing. So many. I mean, certainly for
but another reason
Crown,
why,
dude, people didn't even try. Dude, Crown, literally, people looked at it and went, nope, like no way. So
but COVID was also a thing, though, Rick. A lot of people were home, so a lot of people had time to prep. Like a lot of people aren't working, so it's not just because of the raid not being hard. More people were home. They had time to do all this stuff.
but it was also just actual time to prep. Like you had like over a week, not 6 hours, not 3 days. I hate the 3 days thing. I absolutely hate it so much, honestly.
$3 days.
I honestly hate it so much. As a content creator, I absolutely hate it. Because it's like, I'm going to be burnt out in 3 days because I have to play 18 hours a day or more. Which I'm going to do it, you know, and get it done. But it's just like, I feel like that's a little too inaccessible to like, because there's a lot of really good players, like talented players who just, you know, work or whatever. And that extra week, all of them were in the raid. And they're having a good time and getting to get some cool stuff done.
I just think when that modifier gets lifted, it becomes simple all the time. And, you know, it was proven with Crown. It was proven with, you know, GOS that, like, as soon as the modifier goes out, people are going in there 3-manning, 2-manning, 1-phasing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, that's true.
As
feel
soon
like
as that big lift come off people's shoulders, it's just like, oh shit. Now I get to bully these guys, you know, like,
which is kind of like a weird dynamic, right? Like it's goes from like pretty darn challenging and only a few people in the world can get it done to like kind of a joke. And that's why I feel I'm glad they're adding back like the adept raids and stuff, or like what were they, like hard mode raids, and they're thinking about it and they're gonna drop adept raid loot. That's fantastic, because it needs to have that one extra step, so it's not like, you know, either super challenging and then kind of easy. There needs to be like something that if you still want to get that challenge, you can. This guy's finishable on me. Never mind. He might die here. No, we got a little bit of health back. You can get him right away.
Like, okay, I got him.
Nice.
I don't think we're ever gonna have something back as like how Last Wish was. But it'd be nice to see you know, like a lengthy raid, man. Not just like you get in 20, 30 minutes later, you're done and boom. Because I know friends that like to set time out for the weekend and they get on. They're like, all right, cool. We're going to go tackle a raid. And that's what King's Fall was for them in Destiny 1. And then Last Wish was that for a bit. You know, even with, you know, people were using rockets in River's Mouth. But people still wanted to do the entire raid just because it was a little bit lengthier. I just feel like some of them are like really short lately.
Yeah. Well, certainly the Scourge and guy at the bottom. Oh, dang, he's healed. Scourge and whatever were, because I think they were planned to be raid layers, right?
Yeah.
And because like I think if I'm remembering correctly, you go back to the original like announcement, they're called raid layers in like this year in Destiny or Destiny content calendar type of thing, and then they changed them to full raids.
It's a full raid, yeah.
So you can kind of tell that's why they're both that same, like we talked about, where it's like beginning encounter, travel encounter, 2 end encounters, right? And I think they turned them into full raids by adding like you know their own sets of raid armor and weapons, whereas the raid layers didn't have that. So yeah, I really hope the Witch Queen. I think the Witch Queen raid,
especially with their studio doubling up too. Who knows?
Well,
man.
you mentioned COVID, but that's the thing. Like this year, dude, I honestly can't believe they like got done what they did. Like,
oh well, not from Bungie side. I just meant like for COVID, a lot of people were home.
No. I know, but I'm saying like you. I'm saying like you mentioned as like a factor, but like this year, Bungie had to do COVID, so they're all working from home, right? Mm-hmm. Which is not ideal. And dude, I feel like so many people don't like mention this. They had to get a next gen version of the game ready. Like, think about that. Dude, they're not going to release the next gen version of Cyberpunk until fall this year. It's like, obviously, it takes a lot of work to do that. And Bungie did it by December 10th for free on like both of the new consoles. I feel like that took
People call
Oh.
Bungie lazy. You know, they're just lazy, man. You know.
That took legit so much time.
Oh man. All right, here we go. Placing Anarchy. Set this out.
Yeah, like they had to do. They were working from home. They had to do the next gen version. They had to, they had to do like all this stuff, and I feel like the content did kind of suffer for that a little bit. Like I mean, Beyond Light still was actually pretty content rich.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they definitely, didn't have. They were not functioning on at full capacity. That's for sure.
What do you think about like people being? Because one of my friends in the community or whatever, he's always complaining about they took away the planets or whatever. How do you feel about that? I feel like we didn't use it.
It's rough. It's rough because like, the reason they took them away was super legitimate, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's another thing. Like you can make the same thing for sunsetting. The reason behind sunsetting, like, I don't like this narrative, and a lot of people kind of like push it for hate clicks of like Bungie's just like out there being dominant. It's like the reason behind sunsetting was super legitimate. It's like we cannot have the mountaintop and then have to outdo the mountaintop with the mountaintop too. You know what I mean? Like we can't just like they were gonna have to do more ridiculous things than the mountaintop. It'd be like never ending power creep. I can't believe like how many people didn't know the concept of power creep and like how it's real. Now they went about it in the worst possible way.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean? That's the issue. We can talk about this in a bit, but like to your question of like the planets, same thing. Like they're basically said, listen, every time we try to add something or update something, we break half the game because it's like, I think there was like a funny Polygon article about like how many freaking balls there are in Destiny. Like there's like all these different types of like balls. It's like there's so much stuff from years ago, right? Where you try to like do some crazy cool thing, new thing, and you break this exotic from like vanilla D1. You know what I mean? Or sorry, not D1, but like vanilla Curse of Osiris. And it's like they couldn't like add anything or update anything because like half the game would break because it was just like too much going on. There's too many systems. You try to add a new type of ball or a new type of mechanic somewhere, and you would like adjust how the game works, and then you would ruin something on Titan, right? Or you'd ruin a public event somewhere, and it's like, oh my god, right? So I think they had to scale back a little bit. It makes sense. Like, and also, I mean, look at Warzone, dude. That game's like 250 gigs. It won't even fit on like an OG PlayStation anymore. Like, what the hell? Like, that game's so big.
It's just crazy when you see people talk about like fix this, fix that, but they don't know anything about coding, right? Like, and then you have people, oh, I know a lot about coding and this is simple. And I was like, hey, how about you just apply for the job and you get that done, Like, why are you telling me? I don't work there.
I'm sure exactly. It's not as simple as people definitely kind of make it seem.
I mean, instant gratification is also a thing, so people kind of want their stuff quick.
But I it is like a hard one because it's like one of those things where obviously more is better when it comes to a video game. Like we're definitely, it sucks that they took away those planets. It does. But like I said, there was a reason. They didn't just like be like, you know what, wake up one day, you know what, dude, fuck Titan, dude, get this shit out of here. You know what I mean? Like, they definitely didn't do that. They had a legitimate reason. It just kind of sucks that it had to be like that.
I just think when it comes to certain things, like, I was kind of happy with Mercury going away. We didn't really use it much. People didn't want to be on that planet from time to time. It was very small. They finally allowed us to even use a sparrow on it for a bit, and it was still like a terrible place to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's just certain things you're like, I'm fine with it, as long as you give me something better. And I feel like Europa was a very nice destination.
Yeah, with the lost sectors and the whole lost sector thing going on now, which is a fantastic idea to get new exotics. And then you just got a little bit more secrets and areas. I would almost like that if they used like the maps a little bit better. Like I don't know why there isn't a public space like where the what's it called, Clovis is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're in that area. It's like a big area. I just feel like they gotta figure out a more efficient way to doing planet design.
The answer is playtime, dude. Think about this. We didn't have a landing zone up top, right? And when it came out, when Beyond Light came out, every time you had to go and see Varix or the Stranger, you had to go back up top again, right? So they're trying to get us to sparrow through the whole ice bowl crap or the wind, so you can feel what they did to change that up. So it's more like they wanted us to travel and move like that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that per se. I'm saying they need to do it more efficiently in the sense that I feel like areas are wasted. You know what I mean? It's like areas like the Clovis area. You go there like
you're not going there that many times because of
Yeah, because it's like you don't need to. It's like I'm gonna go there for
Well, I got teleport and then slam me, and then
it's like you're gonna go there for a 2-story missions, and then you're never gonna go there ever again, right? I hate stuff like that. It's like the whole Clovis area where his head is and stuff. That's such a cool area. You should like unlock that after you do the story mission as a public event space, and there should be like a unique public event that happens in there or something. I don't know. Like I think they do need to potentially look at ways to be more efficient with the space. Like if you make a space, have this space be used for multiple things. It's a public event space. It's also used in a strike. It's also used in whatever. Because like again, you have these large areas of the map that you just never go to.
I would say just let us have our own landing zones. Like you're limited to maybe 2 or 3 per planet, depending on the planet, and then you get to put it where you want to. Because think about it this way. I might be in a different area more than someone else, right? So that person's probably not going to go there. But if I'm allowed to place my markers anywhere, because I think even Genshin has something like that. It's like a portable teleport. You get to put it wherever you feel like you're going to travel to a lot. I know where I'm, what is going to be the best place for me. I'm probably going to put a center map or something like that if I need to get to places. But where they put a lot of these landing zones, dude, I'm not a huge fan of it. And you're right. There should be one up there. Because traveling there takes forever. So then like someone is not going to be like motivated to always want to go back there, even if it's a cool spot that they like. You might go back there when you feel like it here or there, but you're not going to go back there all the time. We'll see.
Yeah, there's definitely things they could improve with that for sure, because it's like if you're only going to add a more limited amount of planets, you need to make sure each planet is like popping. And like you said, Europa was actually pretty good. There's a decent amount of stuff going on there, which is nice, and they got to keep that up. Like you said, Mercury freaking sucked, and if they're going to be taking away planets and stuff like that, like they need to make sure each planet is popping,
especially when you have like the spawn stuff be so damn close to everything. Like it was weird that Varix had a spawn, a landing zone, and then
there's another weird landing zone
had
in the
one
Beyond.
right next to it. Like,
yeah, that didn't make any sense.
Like it's like, who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah.
That playtime.
That was a bad one. Yeah. Sometimes it does feel like they're farming playtime from us. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Umbroengrams going to the helm. That's farming playtime. Be honest with you. Perfect example, right? What did you think about the new strike? It's pretty neat. I like it.
It's fine. Yeah, it was fine.
There's a triumph, right? Where you have to kill all 10 things. And 6 of them are random throughout the strike. Guess what happens? Some people get it in the first 2. Some people don't get it until their 20th run. And guess what that means? That means playtime. That means they get to show, hey, this strike came out, and guess what? A lot of people played it. But guess what? Those people didn't play it because they wanted to play over and over. They were trying to get a triumph done. That's just like another sneaky factor.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I that strikes at an interesting spot though. Like, it's weird how I kind of said this in a video, but it's kind of weird where you want it to be a big strike when it first comes out, right? Because you're like, oh, more content, this will be great. But then realistically, if it's a big strike and it has all these bosses, everyone's gonna back out in the playlist, right? It's like you want the easiest strike possible for the playlists. Otherwise, like, it's like the new Glassway where everyone's like, oh, you mean, frick, Glassway.
Glassway's fine, and the strike Exodus Crash was terrible.
Yeah, it becomes the new Exodus Crash there. You know what I'm saying? Where everyone's like, literally, or Corrupted's another good example. Where like half the time, if you're playing in a playlist, they just back out.
No, because like, Corrupted gets bugged all the damn time, so nobody wants to play it.
True. Well, yeah.
Corrupted is literally bugged most of the time, right?
Oh.
You had him too.
Oh, you mean the bug where like you have to go? Oh, now it is. Because you have to go, yeah, I know what bug you're talking about. But like, it didn't used to be, people still backed out because Blueberries did not know how to use the like the balls. They did not know they had to pass them to each other.
Oh yeah, I mean, that happens all the time. Like the platform one where you have to charge the ball and everyone's just looking crazy. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to throw the ball at you, but you run away from me. Like, come on.
Yeah, I know. But that's an interesting thing, right? But like I said, at the same time, you kind of, if it was a super short strike, if it was Lake of Shadows, you'd be like, what the hell is this? Like, we waited all season for this? You know what I mean? Like, so you kind of want it to be big when it first comes out, but then you realistically it needs to be. So I feel like it had a pretty good place, but right, that argument right there, it gives a huge argument for freaking strike exclusive loot, because then it wouldn't matter if certain strikes are longer than others or harder than others, because you're going for the unique SMG or whatever that drops in that particular strike. It's like, why would I play Exodus Crash right now? There's no reason to, because the rewards at the end are the same as if I play Lake of Shadows. But with strike exclusive loot, that completely changes the equation.
Yeah, people want their their skeleton keys back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking
it's
about
gonna be a lot of work though, like that's the thing why they haven't done it, is there's a lot of freaking strikes.
I was talking about this too. Each season we'll get like a piece of gear that comes with the season pass, and then you have one from like a planet, and then you have like a random world piece of gear. Why not just take one of those and implement them into strikes? Meaning like, hey, you can get the gauntlets here, you can get the boots here. Or think of even the weapons, right? There are times where we're given all these weapons that go into the open world. Perfect example, a Turner Blazing or whatever is back, right?
Yeah.
Why not just tie that to a strike real quick? Like a new strike come in, you can possibly get this from the strike. Why not? Because then that brings replayability too. If someone's looking for something, they know where to go to get that particular thing.
They could definitely do that. The only, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. The only problem with that is if they add like the Eternal Blaze into the new strike, let's say it drops in this new strike, that's awesome. People hopping in the new strike, they play it, and then if they slowly start to add stuff, it gets to the point where when they finally add stuff for everything, you know what I mean? Like, you only care about the new stuff because you've already been farming the old stuff. You know what I mean? So it kind of defeats. But it defeats the purpose a little bit, because then you only have certain relevant strikes. So I feel like it really, for it to work as well as we want it to, it needs to be a thing where like all the strike exclusive loot is added at once. And so it's all relevant. Yeah,
but from a community standpoint, when a new light player comes in, now that Sunset is gone, if that person's missing that, they can kind of jump in and go get it. Because Bungie has done that with like even exotics, right? Certain exotics are like easy for us to get, but yet they put it there. Even in the, there's a whole kiosk now that they put there for people that, that missed out, so they can go and get it.
True. No, yeah, that's a good point. I think they do. I do agree they need to get started with strike exclusive loot. I feel like the Nightfall stuff was cool. It's kind of like bridging the gap, but there needs to be definitely strike exclusive weapons. So I wish that one time, instead of just like adding random like battlegrounds activities, have a season that's dedicated to, and so this is Season of the Chosen is basically Season of the Strikes, and we update a bunch of strikes. We maybe fix some mechanics and do some stuff, and we add strike exclusive loot to all of them, strike exclusive armor to all of them, right? And then everything revolves around doing strikes.
Yeah.
Like, so you have a season that's updating a core aspect of the game. And I feel like that I would think that would actually maybe go down like pretty well, because like, and it would be a more lasting thing, especially like when they used to take out the like activities like Sundial and shit. That was like brutal.
Sundial was a great activity too. My
So
thing
good.
is, oh yeah, I was gonna say another counter argument is like, think about this, Rick. Right, you farm for the Turner Blazing. Okay, I'm putting the thing on. Tethers out. You farm for the Turner Blazing, and something new comes out. You get to focus on a new thing now. You don't have to go back and be like, fuck, I have to go get an Turner Blazing with all these other things.
Yeah, true. I would prefer if it's all added at once, but I wouldn't lie and say I'd rather they just do it at all. Like, just start.
Like if it came through seasons, meaning like, okay, this season we got this, and I know that next season we're gonna get this, because right now we have like weapons that come out of Gambit, that comes out of Crucible, and that comes out of Strikes. And I would say the drop rate is not that crazy, because even the rocket launcher after
Can we go to
upped
the
it-
tower? Can we go to the tower?
Okay. Even the rocket launchers from Strikes after they upped it, I've done over 200 nightfalls and I've gotten maybe 4. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
and then the next seasons you're gonna be adding more. So then that means the shotgun and the rocket and something else is possibly gonna come out of it. If these things are gonna be this rare, why not make them adept? That was gonna be one of my thoughts too. Like, if these things are gonna be this rare to get, why not make them adept? Right? Because that gives someone who's not doing an endgame activity a way to get an adept weapon, especially if you're going to be adding some each season.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, that's the thing. Well, and I made a video on this. I don't know. You probably saw like when Grandmasters first came out, right? There was like a surprising amount of. They were really. I'm super happy about Grandmaster. I've been playing so many, but there was a lot of negativity in the sense of people were upset that they couldn't do them, right? It's like, why is the level cap so high? Why is like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think the real reason behind that, because that didn't happen last season, because no one gave a crap about Grandmasters. The only reason it's happening is because they're actually relevant. And they're dropping like relevant, good loot stuff. Exactly. So it's people are upset that they're so good, and it's like, now it's like, oh, I'm missing out. And although I think that it should be the hardest activities are the most rewarding, I do feel with people in the sense that, like, dude, the last time we got new weapon perks was freaking Black Armory, and then Bungie was like, never again. Like, what the heck happened there? Why haven't we gotten kill clip spec and like finished and stuff like that and finished out the like perk related specs? That's been such a thing that I've always wanted. Like, there's so many weapon perks that could maybe be made good with weapon mods. So we have no weapon mods for multiple years, right? And then adept weapons come along, and now there's like 10 new weapon mods, and people are like looking at this like, what the hell? Like, so there's no innovation with weapons except for new perks for years and years and years, and then we finally get adept weapons. And like, I don't know why Bungie couldn't add non-adept versions of the perks, like instead of like, so range spec, or you could have adept range spec so it gives plus 10, but then normal range spec just gives plus 5, and it's available for the normal weapons. So you get like other players who aren't able to do Grandmaster sharing in the innovation, right?
Yeah.
Like, I like adept weapons, but I feel like it maybe should have been a trickle down a little bit more so that other players would be able to benefit from them. From those innovations is what I'm saying.
We'll see. Because think about it this way. When you just said mods or whatever, I feel like each season we did get mods that people kind of like didn't pay attention to. They weren't really weapon mods, right? They were armor mods. Perfect example.
Yeah.
Warmind cells. When they first came out, no one gave a fuck. I'm saying, like, I love Warmind. So we had Tyrant Surge that season, so Arc made you Warminds, and you were able to just go around and just nuke things. And then the next season, I think we got Charge of Light, and then we got Warmind, and then they came out with more.
Can we go to the helm really quick while you're saying that?
Okay. And then we got more things after that, right?
Yeah.
And I think people don't look at things for a bit until whatever they're using is gone. So when we spoke about sunsetting, you like, like recluse and stuff like that needed to go so people can open up their eyes to other things that are in the game. It's true. Like, no one knew about Ikelos SMG or all these things that were great in the game until some of the stuff was, like some of their favorite toys was sunset, right? Now you can't use your favorite toy and your favorite activity. So now you have to go back and find a way or find another way to kind of do the same things that you used to do, even though those things were there the whole time. So mods are tricky for me. Like this season we got more armor mods, and I don't know how I feel about it because weapon mods, there's not too many. It seems like the depth ones are what people are going after more and more, right? Like this is why people want adept weapons, because now you get to put adept mods on it. Adept big ones was a great mod that was just added to the game. It's basically Vorpal in the mod. And oh yeah, what do you think about that mod, man? I think that mod is
love
dope.
it. Love it. I think it's best in slot for like if you have an adept weapon and it's like, honestly, everyone's, again, it's like you're not using, it's like, oh, why wouldn't I use the 7 Seraph Saw? And it's like, you can, but if you don't want to spend 20 energy on Warmind cells, and like for me, I was using it last GM, and I ended up liking the Dwarm better because I was like, I'm only using my machine gun to kill champions, and so I'm not really producing a lot of Warmind cells here. So I would rather have 8% more damage against every yellow bar as well. Like I'll take that over Warmind cell production based on what I'm doing. If I was using it for ad clearing, it'd be the opposite. Yeah. So yeah, like adept weapons are so good because like there is actual choice now. Like for PvP, right? It was just Icarus. It's like, oh, you're playing Icarus, right? Icarus was the answer for pretty much everything other than maybe for pulse rifles. By the way, you can go now. I'm good to go. I just need to clear some stuff. It was like Icarus, or I mean that's pretty much it. Maybe a counterbalance mod for certain pulse rifles, right? But it was like one perk really is dominating. But now it's like Icarus or adept Icarus, but adept range. I mean, even adept stability you can maybe consider. Now there's adept counterbalance. Like I feel like you actually have to potentially make a few more choices. Like the adept weapons have better balanced mods than the normal weapons now. And even for PvE, adept big one spec is fantastic, but for certain weapons, maybe you want that adept mod or adept backup mag mod for that huge magazine. Like again, there's a little bit of a choice there.
When it comes to a lot of their choices, each time they they put something in, I always look back and I'm like, what, okay, new mods this season, elemental stuff, they're pretty freaking crazy, right? You can do multiple things with it if you make the right build. But it's like, do you think they put enough in the game, or do they rely on their content creators to help community understand new stuff?
Yeah, that's a good point. But I'm down for like 1 or 2 more, by the way. So okay. you can start up whenever. That's a good question. Like certainly it feels like sometimes stuff is not, I mean, when it's an overly complicated system, even like the hammer system, it seems like almost overly complicated. Like you have to do this to level up something completely different to unlock the thing. And it's like, there's got to be a simpler way to do this, right? And another good example was Season of the Worthy. You had a lot of systems going on there. I feel like they definitely could do a better job communicating, but then maybe I'd be out of a job. So maybe it's good that they keep things complicated, because I gotta make a video explaining how it works, Yeah. I think it's one of those things where maybe they're kind of smart enough to realize, hey, we can rely on our content creators to explain this to people, because do we need to be spending all these resources on like in-game tooltips and things that will pop up, and it's only for maybe players that are newer, and the veteran players don't even need that kind of stuff, right?
Veteran players kind of like figured most of that stuff out like on the first few days.
Do you need to spend all these resources on having like a really in-depth like tutorial explaining how everything works, when you do have creators that will kind of do it for you? And then if you could even do sponsored videos to like guarantee that happens.
I mean, perfect example, right? We just came back from the helm, and Bungie said, yeah, we made it to where like Umbral engrams don't drop that much, right? These things have taken over my
yeah,
my inventory.
yeah.
And I was like, how about this? Whenever I go into inventory slot, you see the part that shows wrap items, right? That's another 10 slot. Why not make that for Umbral engrams instead? Like, I understand Eververse is a cool thing and whatever, but when you get the wrap item, it also shows up on the second page for modifications. So why not use this extra space, right? And that's a perfect example of like, oh, we want to talk to content creators and figure out, since you guys play the game the most, so you guys covered the most, what do you think would be a better idea, right? Why do I always have to go back to the helm over and over for engrams that you told me weren't going to drop as much as they used to? I would never understand that.
Well, why can't Umbral engrams just have a number beside them? Why do they have to have a limit in these stupid slots? Why can't you just have 20 and then you get undo 20 in a row? Like, what's the issue with that? Like, maybe I guess it takes up too much space or memory in the game or something. It could be a technical issue, but I feel like it's just they had this system for engrams existing where they had the number of slots, and they've just been like modifying it for all this other stuff. And like you said, like now Umbrals are here. You got Umbrals and Primes. And technically, you also have legendaries and exotics, and they insta decode. But then if you're full, they don't. That's why I had to go to my postmaster to get my freaking exotic engram, right? So it's like you're trying to like shoehorn everything into this existing old system, and it's causing problems.
And you have cores turning into exotic engrams as well, which is something that they're looking into fixing. But it's just like, why? Why do I have to like worry about like some of this stuff?
Like, again, I feel like they should overhaul the system for engrams, so you just have all your different types of engrams and then a number. So you have your prime engrams, and they just keep going up. If you're not defusing them, they keep going up. You'd have 20. Who cares, right? Like, what's the issue? Same with Umbrals, whatever. So you just don't have to, like, it just kind of ruins the pace of the game. We're sitting here farming, having a good time. Then we got to go to the tower. Then we got to go to the helm. It's just kind of like
you gotta take a break, and you also have to keep your eye on them. There's just a lot going on, especially if you want people to have more playtime and you want to keep them in game, why not have something that actually like lets them play,
brother?
Or dismantling blues, like playing outriders and having them have the option to just auto dismantle your blues once you get to a certain level. How about that? Like, okay, cool, new season, we have to level up. I understand, I need blues to go up. As soon as I get to a point where I don't need them, I should have the option to turn that off.
100%. Dude, I had a big, I don't know if you remember, I had a big argument when I was like, this is so ridiculous that I like lost like 10 ascendant shards, and I think my prisms too. And I was like, why is this still a thing? Like, years later, like, why is this still a thing? Like, this is so ridiculous.
There should be priority for the for that as well.
And it's like, I don't think people understand. Like, I got so many smart asses on Twitter being like, oh, well, you shouldn't be using your postmaster as secondary storage.
Oh man, like, I got that on Reddit. Your vault, that's why you have your vault. Your postmaster is not your second vault. I'm like, look here, Bob, suck my dick, okay?
Yeah. It's like, brother, if you're able to beat a grandmaster, you get a lot of stuff. But in all honesty, it's like, listen, you're looking at this over the wrong guys. It's not just me. I'm gonna get my ascendant shards back, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
regardless.
Get them back. No problem, right? It's not about me. Do you really think some brand new player who has never played the game before, they're getting all this stuff? Do you think they're even gonna necessarily know what their postmaster is? Or like, maybe they are, but they're not going to go rush and check it. They could get an exotic engram and not even know about it, just not pick it up, and then lose it. And I'm like, there are brand new players, there are normal players that really could use certain exotics, and they 100%, there has been people who've gotten exotics and have lost them in their stupid postmaster without even knowing about it. And it's like, those are the people who, or they get it, or they see it fall off a cliff maybe, right? And they get a few more blues or something later, and it's gone, right? And it's like, that is the fact that can happen is so dumb. The fact that it like a blue or like a green could push out an exotic, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous.
There has to be priority. And I was like,
dude, so many people were like, just use dim, just use dim. And I'm like, you're telling me a brand new player discard. You're like, okay, now go download a third-party app where you lose your exotics. I'm like, how is that the solution? Like, that's insane that you like saying like, oh, just use that. It's like, dude, obviously dim's fantastic, and like I maybe should have been using dim, but it's like, again, we're talking about players who like this is their first time playing Destiny, or they don't play very often. They're not gonna be having a freaking app open on their phone while they just started this new game they're trying out. It's so insane that you'd even like suggest that.
Bro, this was my suggestion already. I said, when you should give us the option to lock things at the postmaster, meaning if I have 50 shards or 10 prisms, right, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm farming and I left that there and I lock it, it shouldn't get pushed out. Oh, it's not your second vault. Why would you want Bungie to do that? You should have put in your vault. Maybe you should stop doing the activity that you're doing and go to your postmaster. And I'm like, how many hours you got in this game? And the dude didn't say nothing back. I'm like, cool, good for you. But that's what I mean. If you're trying to play a game, I shouldn't be playing Gold in the Vault Simulator.
Yeah. Well, exactly. It's like, why are Ascendant Shards capped at 10? Like, they're literally capped at 10 because Bungie is so scared that a new thing's gonna come out, and EK, oh no, he's been playing the game so much and he has 1,000 Ascendant Shards, he's gonna be able to masterwork all his gear. But you've proven you masterwork all your damn gear anyways, so it's like literally nothing but annoying.
Yep, that masterwork vault was to prove a point. Everything could be masterwork, and there's no point in.
Did that guy just disappear on your screen?
Yeah, he did. He's on this side now, and I might die. Let me see if I get this finisher. Yeah, like the whole reason of having 500 masterwork things in the vault was to prove a point to Bungie. Like, there's no point in capping us at 10 shards. Doesn't make any sense.
No,
because
it doesn't.
If someone really wants to get their shit done, they're gonna have a bunch anyway. Change the number. Put the shit unlimited. It's dumb. It is the dumbest thing ever.
It is dumb, and it's like it's anti-player, right? Because it's like you're playing the game. You're one of our better players. Now you're gonna be punished for that. So because you have this like really small, like, dude, like it's really small. 10 shards. Like, so you're saying if I masterwork 3 exotics.
That's 3 exotics.
Like think about that. That's one season. There's 3 new exotics added this season. So if I get all of them and I masterwork all of them, I'm already like basically out of shards. Like, are you kidding me? Like, if I didn't have another 10 in my vault, that would be like, I'd be really in trouble. I'd have like a lot of grinding to do. It's just like, it just doesn't make sense. It's very anti-player, and it's just done. It's so because they're so terrified of people getting ahead. But it's like the people that you're afraid of doing that are already gonna masterwork whatever they want. Like, they don't need this. They have 10 in their postmaster, right? They're good to go. The people you're hurting are the casual players who maybe they just get to 10 and their 11th one, now they're screwed, right? They're not storing 10 in their vault.
Yeah, there's people that don't have that much time to play the game, and when they have these things and they lose it, they're pissed. I seen people in my chat pissed that they lost something, especially when, like, perfect example, an easy GM comes out, right? Like Lake of Shadows. People farm that and like, oh my God, look, now I can hold this for a while. And all of a sudden they lose all that stuff.
Oh my God.
They are going to be pissed for a long time, man.
Yeah.
For me, if I lose 10, I don't care. I can just get it back. Like, it's nothing. But for someone who has a limited time, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, it's I don't know if you heard, like, or if you've read, there's a kind of a big interesting kind of article that came out around Diablo 3, and like it was kind of like a famous article of like what they kind of learned from Diablo 3. And one of the main takeaways was like they were really stingy at loot for loot at the beginning, and they realized like we were so afraid of people getting everything, and then they would leave the game because they got everything, right? And that's, that's a legitimate concern. You want people to always have something to do. You want people playing your game, right? But they kind of looked at it, and after years of Diablo 3 being out, they realized like, what we're actually doing here is that people are going to leave the game essentially regardless. So we would rather have them leave happy. So they increase the drop rate. So they realize that like it's so much better to have people step away from the game after getting a cracked out build and they're happy and they have fond memories of the game, rather than leave the game in frustration because they can't get what they want. Because the people who leave and are happy have a way higher chance of coming back. Maybe it's in a couple months, maybe it's in years, but they're gonna come back because they ended with good memories, right? So that's something I think Bungie needs to realize. Like, these limiting factors need to go away.
And in my opinion too, Destiny's a game where you farm for things, and once you get it, you're gonna use it. No one's just gonna go out there and, you know, get a Gallahorn then not use it. No,
exactly.
They're gonna get it and then they're gonna use it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of silly to be like, oh, we don't want you to get everything right away, or we don't want you to have these things because then you'll leave. No, half the time people get this stuff, they're going to use it. If they're not using it, what's the point of going after something?
Exactly.
I'm not going after a certain role if I'm not going to use it. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, that's 100. That's absolutely correct. So, yeah, like, you're afraid of people having all this advantage in terms of Ascendant shards, and it's like, so you don't want that. Like, if the person has like 1,000 Ascendant shards, that's the type of person that's going to be absolutely going for it as soon as the next season starts, and they're upgrading everything, and you know what I mean? Like,
you know, you have a customer the whole time. Like, you know, you have someone that's going to, I don't know, man. Or how about this? Envy is a cool thing too, because if someone sees someone having that, they're like, wait, I could probably get that too, or I want to get that. Guess what happens? You now have another person that's going to be playing the game a lot because they want something that someone else has.
Yeah. Well, that cycles back to what I said at the very beginning when we started talking, where it's like, I wish they had more aesthetic stuff earned through gameplay rewards. Because, like, okay, so imagine if the new Siva ornament for the you know, for the freaking Anarchy, right? That thing's popping. Everyone loves that thing. Now imagine if it was a reward for Grandmaster, like Bungie did. They're like, look, we know the Anarchy's cracked. We know people are going to use in the Grandmaster. It's a random drop from Grandmasters, right? Now when people see that, they're motivated to play the game. They're not motivated to go to the store, right?
Yep. So many miss-alike opportunities. It's just weird.
I understand that Bungie needs to like make a profit, right? Like, it's understandable they put some dope ornaments, but I would like to see a few more just kind of added as cool, like, gameplay focused rewards for sure.
What is it? Did we even get ornament for legendary weapon this season on the pass? I don't remember. I remember Guillotine had one.
I think for the you might be right. For like the season's pass weapons?
Yeah, the legendary ones. I don't even think they got a.
No, I don't think they did.
Ornament, yeah.
Dude, yeah, that's another. I think the season's pass is actually like less value this time, because like that was such a weird one. The season's pass weapons you could have earned like immediately. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as the freaking season started.
Yeah.
That actually makes like. Got clapped. That actually makes like no sense, right? Like, like the whole purpose of grinding the season's pass when it first comes out is to get your exclusive season's pass rewards. Like that, like I can get a brass attacks just playing Battlegrounds. The first time I played Battlegrounds, I can get a brass attacks. Like, why would I grind this bad role in the season's pass? It just blows my mind. Like, why? All right, gamer.
Oh, that was the last one.
It from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. Thank you for spending some time talking about Destiny.
Hey,
appreciate
anytime,
it, man.
Listen, if you want to do it again when I have more time,
for sure, yeah.
Then we Gucci. Yeah, I like your tactic for melting that boss there. That's pretty smart.
Well, I also made it almost foolproof. The reason why I made it this way is because because
of new players, because you're carrying. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, honestly. Because you're right. Like, I can avoid the sniper shots because I can time them, because I played a strike for the last 4 years, right? But someone else is not going to be able to do that and they're gonna get killed on a thing, and then like I said before, the respawn is way in the back of the thing for like no reason, and it's like a huge hassle. So that makes a lot more sense when you're doing carries at 100%.
Yep, especially for this boss too, because when the boss gets a certain health, it goes up, and if you've done enough, it's gonna drop back down and do the whole computer thing, right? So where Beta kind of went on that left side, you can chill there the whole time. He drops back down. He's in this phase where you can shoot him in the face because he's doing the computer thing, and then he's gonna move up to you again and do the computer thing again. So it's like, if you don't burn it there, you still have a way to get it done. And it's like, why not make something where like everyone can kind of get something completed instead of like, oh, I want this to be like you sweat your balls off because this is the only way to do it. It's crazy to me. Like if you break something down for someone, they're like, nah, that's too easy. I don't want to do it that way. What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
Yeah. So anyways, it's crazy out there. It's wild out there, and I think the interesting thing is like we're at a weird spot now where because the game is not necessarily doing that well, especially in PvP with like stasis being a complete miss in terms of balancing. It's like the people who are left are the very entrenched, enfranchised players. And a lot of them are like very passionate, right? And it's not necessarily a bad thing at all. Yeah. But you have to do it this way. I've been playing for so long. You know what I mean? And so you get more of that than you like would be getting when the game's popping. When the game's popping, like when Forsaken was out, everyone's just having a freaking good time. Everyone's chilling. You know what I mean? And you have more of the positive voices drown out the people who are like that. But when the state of the game is like this, you do get that more. But it's just like, that's not those people's fault. It's arguably that is Bungie's fault, especially with the miss of stasis balancing. Like Bungie, you kind of scared away a lot of the like more casual players. Yeah. So
the whole point is the more people playing, the healthier the game is always going to be.
I mean, that's 100%. Like that's everyone's like arguing over like trials, like how to fix trials. But like, dude, when Trials was popping, when the Igneous Hammer was the reward, like I saw multiple tweets. I think Gathalion even tweeted where he's like, did they do something against cheaters? Like I haven't run into a cheater the whole time. It's like you didn't run into a cheat. There's the exact same amount of cheaters, but you run into none because there's actually people playing the playlist. The only like the cheater thing has been exasperated so much because like the player population is so low. The only people playing are the cheaters and the recubs, right? Once you actually get people in there, it becomes an enjoyable experience. And like, people who've never gone flawless are going flawless, and it's like a wonderful thing. So it's like, that's the thing. You just gotta, whatever you can do to increase the player population, it's just the best thing for the game.
I literally spoke about that yesterday. I was, someone was like, there's no cheaters on PS4. I was like, there's cheaters everywhere. But here's what happens. If I'm in the playlist and there's 100 people and there's 10 people cheating, you're more likely going to run into that cheater. Like, oh my God, I keep playing cheaters. But if there's 1,000 people and there's 10 cheaters, you're probably not going to see that. And then as it scales up, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, that like the likeliness of you playing against cheaters is going to be very low. But the trials population has been so low for so long that that's what people see the whole time. Every game has cheaters. It's not just Destiny. Destiny is just the main game that we play. So, you see it more. But like you said, the population, if the loot is there and people want it and Bungie gives a good incentive, more people are going to jump in there. And having that hand cannon at 3 wins last weekend was awesome. It's freaking neat. Everybody was playing.
Oh, exactly. And then it's like, why didn't you see it? It's like, dude, that was the highest player population literally ever. And you see it and you're like, why don't they just do more stuff like that? Why is there armor at 3, 5, and 7 wins? I feel like there should be a bounty system similar to Iron Banner that awards armor. And then the weapons are always at 3, 5, and 7 wins, right? Because those are the things you want, like, to farm. Those are the majority of people are going after that. Like, I am not trying to say that people aren't going after the armor, but like, dude, at least 3 wins. 3 wins should always be weapons. Because it's like, we have an exploding player population, and we have a really good player population this week too because of the Messenger. But all those casual players, none of them give a crap about freaking, chess piece if it's the 3-win reward, dude. Like, none of them are gonna suffer through that. So, and especially when it's almost always a trash drop rate. Like, for some reason, Trials gear, at least in my experience, has not been spiky or good distribution. So it's like, let's stop being so stingent. Like, let's stop. Like, Bungie's worried about, like, oh no, we might give away too many Trials rewards. It's like, you should be worried about people playing Trials at all.
Yeah.
Like, why not have weapons and armor drop at 3, 5, and 7 wins? And again, it's like, you could be like, oh no, people are gonna have high stat armor easier and play the game more. Like, what's the issue here? I don't know. I think
one of the
Bungie needs to kind of dial it back on having stingent loot.
Dude, all right. So the very last thing, right? The whole screen here, it has different passages, right? And here's my idea for a passage. Someone gets a weapon, right? And it is not adept, it's the normal weapon. What if there was a passage that allowed you to take your normal weapon, you dial it into the passage, right? That means if you go flawless, that weapon becomes adept, and instead of you getting whatever the adept loot is for that week, that means, you have to go flawless for the week first, and then you pick this up. I think that's a great idea, because then that incentivizes people that, like, if you missed out on the week that was the adept thing, you can now catch up. Like, oh shit, I have this normal version, or maybe you got cucked, right? Maybe you didn't get the right roll on the adept version, but now there's a way for you to make that gun adept, right? That's another reason where people will go back into Trials and play, because they want to turn their weapon adept, dude.
You're essentially, that's also really smart, because you're converting one player. You're converting someone who's going to play it once into someone who's going to play it twice, because now you're going to go into the playlist, you're going to get a god roll, and once you get a god roll Igneous Hammer, you're going to then be motivated to play another time to turn that god roll Igneous Hammer into an adept god roll, right?
Exactly.
Whereas you might have got it and you're like, frick Trials, I'm out of here, right? But now you have them. That's a great idea, and that's the kind of stuff that Bungie needs to incentivize. Again, and it goes into my point too, being more generous with the loot. Like, what is the problem with someone taking their god roll and then turning it into an adept god roll? Like, you're really saying they gotta, like, just go get a whole nother gun? Like, that's savage. And also take celerity out of freaking loot pool. Like, what is that doing in there? There shouldn't be a perk that freaking bad, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Man. My best Ignis
Grief
Hammer, dude, is a quick draw celerity. Let's not talk about it. It's just like, thanks, game. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like so salty. I've deleted so many Bottomless Grief rolls. I'm actually livid. Like, why does if they just made Bottomless Grief work solo? Problem solved. Then you actually have. It would be neat. You actually have a cool dynamic where you have like a solo exclusive weapon. So if you're doing a solo dungeon, if you're doing like a solo activity, if you're doing a solo lost sector to get the exotic, you have a weapon that is great for that, right? And you're going after for that.
When I first saw it, I was like, dude, this is gonna be awesome for like solo gameplay for people. And then it was like, nope, it's not gonna work. I'm like, why?
I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Like, and again, it's like, what Bungie? What are you afraid of? Like, oh no, this guy could beat a solo dungeon 1% easier. like, what is the issue here?
Oh my god! Because if someone can solo, they're gonna solo anyway. So why not just have something or an incentive for a gun for people to go after? Like, it's just
like, yeah, like, okay, it would make a solo dungeon easier, but it's like you're already not even guaranteed the exotic for the solo dungeon. You might have to do it 20 times. So again, what are we talking about here? It's going to be 5%, 3% easier with Bottomless Grief, and so you're 20 times to get the new exotic. It's gonna take 20 minutes less or whatever overall. Like, again, what are we talking about here? Like, what is the concern here?
Bro, I mean, same thing, man. I felt like Glass Needle should have been a thing. I had a vault full of 500 Masterwork exotics, and most of them were shitty, right? So, like, doesn't matter how many times you guess something, you're still not going to get the roll that you want. So, like, there has to be different ways for people to go back in and get things.
Yep. My friend, when I was going GMs earlier, we did like 50 in like the first 2 days. He got 3 Bacchus's, and all 3 were 58 stat. All 3. He's like, every time he's like, what the frick? And it's like,
Bacchus even okay. I got a 61 roll. Yeah, some of them go up.
And it's like, okay, imagine if you're a newer or a more casual or a less skilled player and you can't do 50 grandmasters, you can do 2 or you can do 1. You manage to get 1 done and you get a 58 roll. Like, what are we saying here? Like, what are we doing here? That's insane. Like, I'm gonna get the high stat roll anyways because I'm gonna just brute force so many. But I feel like it should be at least 60 plus. Like, get that 58 out of here. Like, what are we even talking about? Anyways, we've been talking too long. I gotta go.
Take it easy, man. Take it easy.
Thanks for talking to me, dude.
Yeah. Thank you for being a guest. Chat. Remember, you can find them on Twitter, and I have his YouTube link. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on the recent video. I appreciate it. All right, Rick. You have a good night, man.
You as well. See ya, my man.
See ya. All right, chat. We're gonna go over the fashion room in Discord. All right, we're gonna see what some of you motherfuckers Guardians look like. All right. So here we go. We got Crescents and his Titan. I give this like a 5 out of 10. All right. Wait, I think I have the screen for that, don't I? There it goes. All right. This isn't bad. All right. Recovery intellect like a Crucible Guardian. All right. Good job, Crescents. Because most Titans be looking crazy. Matter of fact, I'll give you a 7 out of 10. All right. I'll give you a 7 out of 10. Embor. Embor throws a lot, so I got to give Embor a 4. I mean, this character looks nice, though. It looks pretty neat. But I'm giving you a 4, Embor. All right? Stop fucking throwing all the time. All right? Hello? Is this Embor house? Yeah. Yo, get him on the treadmill, so I need him running from now on. Yeah, he got to be in tip-top shape. He's always throwing. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. But that looks clean. I don't know about the gun being orange, but that looks nice. You're still getting a 4. All right? Why is, you know what? I like this chest piece more, but your gauntlets go well with the chest piece. So that looks nice. All right. What in the hell is this? Yo. Look, man, if you want to go in the circus and be like a frog-looking hunter, do it. But get this shit out the Discord, man. My eyes hurt. Stop this shit. All right? What the fuck is this? Next. Mr. Cockney Sandwich. I guess he's going with the whole bug look. It's different. It's different. All right? This is different. I give him a 6. Shader selection looks like monochromatic. He has the blue gauntlets on. He must be sweating his balls off. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's nice. Ooh. Yo, I need better screenshots, man. Y'all taking these bootleg ass screenshots. Hello? Yo, stop taking screenshots with your phone. Yo, there's an in-game screenshot, man. I'm tired of y'all shit. Yeah, why your tie so green though? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening here? I don't know. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of this. It might have looked better if he took the screenshot from like the in-game. All right. But it's cool. I'll take it. We got, ooh. Embor, this is all right. This is different. But at the same time, I don't like that Titan helmet, man. It looks like some skating shoes, but like it's backwards. Like if I put your head on the ground, I can skate with your head. And then the chest piece from the side. That's 2 out of 10. Can y'all see this hunter's face? Because I don't know if I can see this hunter's face. I might just be misinformed. I like the color scheme. I like the white and gold, but I don't know if I can see the face. It's weird. You know what? We're going to give this a 6 out of 10. All right. I like the, how the shader and everything work together. The chest piece, though, the chest piece doesn't really work well because it takes over your boots. But, all right. I have mixed feelings about the chest piece for the Warlock. I have mixed feelings about this chest piece for the Warlock. Because, like, depending on the boost that you're running, it just looks weird. The helmet is cool. Gauntlet's different. I like the shader. It's not too bad. 7 out of 10. It's not too bad. Okay, I see a pattern here. He loves the shader. The outfit is nice. I don't understand why these gauntlets are going with... This is getting a 5 out of 10 for me. Okay, you on your Bully Titan. All right. Okay. Class item selection is pretty neat. Gauntlets going with the chest piece. You got the ornament from Winter. Honestly, the color scheme here is a lot better than on the Warlock and Hunter. So I would say this is an 8 out of 10. All right, this is an 8 out of 10. That's neat. Taking lives. Why your character like a white and orange cell phone? What's up with this? Like, chat, y'all like this? I don't know if I'm a huge fan of this. It look like I can like legit dial from your pants and shit. Like, matter of fact, let me call. Hello? Yeah, is this the Fanta website? Yeah. I don't want no more white and orange colors, man. Yeah. Yo, take it back. I don't want to be sponsored by y'all no more. This white and orange shit is killing me, son. Yeah. They told me I look like a orange spiky hunter, son. Like, yeah, what the... Yo. Stop this shit. These pants, I can't do with these pants, man. This was clean until I saw the pants. All right? That's a 4 out of 10. Can't do it. Is it me or does it look like... Y'all ever play Beyblades before? You know how like you spin the fucking little the ball and it spins? Why it look like you could just do that on top of his head and it'll hit the sides and come back? Like, no. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Who next? Casual. I can't really roast this. You put this together. Maybe change the shader on the gauntlets. You get a 6 from me. Get a 6 from me. Can't really hate on that. Look, you see this? Look, he's trying to hide the gauntlets, you know, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, he's trying to hide the gauntlets. No. Don't hide the gauntlets. Bring the bad side. This is the good side, all right? I'm saying, you know how people look good from far, you get close, they ugly as shit? This is what it looks like. Because as soon as I turn this character to this side, all this shit is fucked up. All right? But you know what? Presentation and shit, since you made it look like that, you get a 6 out of 10. All right? Well, we're going to give you a 6. Amber, what the why your Titan look like he trying to play for the Lakers, man? Like, you not getting on the team. Matter of fact, you're going to be the water boy, son. You got your towels ready, and you're going to be holding waters behind you. This is a 3 out of 10 Titan right here. All right? Straight towel boy for the Lakers. Look at it. It's perfect, man. Just going to be, LeBron, you want a towel, LeBron? You want a towel, bro? Shit. What we got? I like the whole Spider-Man look. This gets an 8 from me. Looks neat. Damn, Stasis Hunter, you got okay. Do your thing, son. Do your thing. This is funky. All right, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Give this shit a 9 out of 10. The white, the gold, the purple is like in the perfect places. The boots are pretty fucking dope. The class item goes well. And as a female Titan, the female Titan has all the perfect, I don't know, because sometimes female Titan gear gonna be looking crazy. They be looking like bulky. This is a 9 out of 10. This is A1 right here. I like it. I'm just gonna ask, how come you didn't go with the wolf cloak if you went with the gauntlets and the chest and the boots? You know? I'm gonna leave it there. That's a 6 out of 10 for me. I'm gonna leave it there. I can't hate this Titan looking fly as shit. I can't hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, this Titan looked like he was a scientist. You know what I'm saying? But if you came at him, you get fucked up. So, the gold and the silver is crispy. And the helmet matches the rest of the gear. The helmet. I'm not a huge fan of that chest piece, but the chest piece goes well with the gloves. And the class item kind of fits in because it has like that weird mesh effect. This might be the first 10 that I give out here. This is a 10 out of 10. I'm saying I see this Titan. I know he's not stupid. He's not eating crayons. All right? I bet. Why this character like some milk chocolate? Like, this character look like it's sponsored by Godiva chocolate and shit. Like, this character look like it's about to be serving you some milk duds. Yo, 8 out of 10, man. The presentation is nice. It just look like you about to serve me some cookies and milk. Yo, all right, yo, I'm gonna let it go. What we got? I don't know about this, Amy. I guess you were trying to go for like a whole dark horse thing where your body is all dark, but then the helmet stands out. You get a 7 out of 10 out of me. Right? That character like is ready for Valentine's Day. He's serving all the chocolate. Yo, you want chocolate? Oh no. I think Embor's doing this shit on purpose. This might be the first character that gets like a 0 out of 10 for me. None of this shit is 0 out of 10. I'm out. Jabber, you took a screenshot from your phone, dog. Just take a screenshot in game. I can't really tell what the shader stuff is for you. I'm not a huge fan of the boots. The rest of the gear looks neat, but I don't feel like you have polar bear gauntlets on with like deer legs. It's weird. All right, I'm gonna give you a 5. 5 out of 10. You get a 5 out of 10. Oh, damn. I can't hate on this character. Didn't use any shaders. You got Assassin Cowl on. And, I mean, that gear set is really nice. I think Aurora used to rock that a lot, too. But, it's you know, it's not really original. It's just like, you took the easy route out. I'm giving you a 6 out of 10. I'm giving you a 6 out of 10. You took the easy route out. I redid this character. He just put different shaders on. So, what in the hell? Hello? Yo, who's the owner of this Titan? Yeah, put him on the phone. Yo, what the fuck is this? What is this? I can't even see details. What? Yo, the fuck is this? What? This shit like you ever seen a painting and like it rained on the painting and it just smeared over, right? Like just a smear painting. This is like a smear Titan. Like it's just like somebody just came through and just smeared over the motherfucker. 4 out of 10. I'm out. Oh my God. What the fuck is this, Weiss? My eyes hurt. My eyes hurt, son. Like, yo, y'all ever watch that movie, The Coneheads? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like they had the whole family, all the cones and shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Some of y'all might be too young, but like, I'm saying, like, I feel like I'm about to go drive somewhere. I'm about to go take a driver's license test or some shit. And this motherfucker, they're gonna have like 30 of them around. I gotta drive around them the whole time. Like that's, but you know what? If you made it pink, you would have looked like Majin Buu. So at least this is original. All right, I'm gonna give this like a 8 out of 10 because it's original. You look like you ate a bunch of hot Cheetos and then it took over your body. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna let it go. You know what I'm saying that's an 8. I don't know about this one. That class item looks cool in the front, but you know that shit fucked up in the back. Why is the red shader on your gauntlets ashy, but not on your legs? Like, I'm saying, like, why is it ashy? Like, yo, your guardian needs some, like, you're gonna need some lotion, man. I'm saying, since your guardian is ashy, I'm saying you need better shaders that are black and red. So this is gonna be a 6 out of 10. All right, you need a 6 out of 10. Your character's ashy. I'm saying, like, yeah. I'm out. Some ashy ass character you got there. Why I feel like I'm watching Harry Potter when I look at your warlock kicker. You know those demons that used to take people's soul away or whatever in Harry Potter? Like, why your character look like that? What's up with you? Like, yeah, like a dementor out here. You know what? It's original. You get a 6. But shit is crazy. I feel like Harry and the whole squad about to come through. Summer. Summer, you had everything on point. Then you put on this dumbass helmet. Why? No, I'm saying, like, what's up with this helmet? Who chose it? Why you put on this helmet, son? Like, I want to know who made you put on the helmet. You got some good stats on that helmet? I hope. I'm looking at your stats. That helmet definitely don't got no good stats, girl. Come on, Summer. Just be out here creeping people out. All I got the. Damn. I'm gonna let it go. All right. You got a 5. You got a 5. Cloister. Interesting. See, your character would have looked really, really crispy if Bungie didn't do the whole, like, 2 different shaders on the boots. Because this is different. And I'm saying, you looking like the purple fucking Death Rider of Sparrows and shit. But I'm gonna have to give you a 7. It's not your fault. I'm saying. And matter of fact, when you put this gear on, you ever watch Batman? You ever watch, like, the guy with the 2 faces? Right? Guys, let's try not to redeem any of the screens during this, please. But thank you for the nut screen. YouTube, welcome to the nuts. But anywho, you should have went with, like, maybe a white and red because of the 2-face thing. That would have been neat. You probably get ready for the dino ornament. I don't know. We'll see. Black Arrow. Why this screenshot zoomed in? Like, Black Arrow. What's up with this screenshot? Like, why is this shit zoomed in? If you're trying to hide your face, we can't see it. All right, your character. I can't see your character, bro. All right, so you getting 7 out of 10. I can't even see your character's face. Shit is crazy. All right. What the Destiny Companion? You finna companion getting roasted. Where your legs at? I can't see him. Yo, get me a screenshot in game, all right? Well, I'll look at your character next week. It looks neat though, white and gold. I can't really give you a rating because the character is not really floating or doing anything on the screen. Evil Dice. Looks nice. You played it safe. Went with the helmet and the chest piece from the same ornament thing. You know, at least your character is not ashy. Somebody else's character was ashy as fuck the other day. All right? Shit was ashy as fuck the other day. But yeah, this looks nice. You get an 8 out of 10. Because for some reason, the sparrow in the background is pink, but your character's rocking the black and red thing. So I was going to give you a 9, but you get an 8. You know what I'm saying? Kunsky lad. This shader selection got me all fucked up. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the fuck is happening here. Is there like gold and purple and blue? I'm gonna be honest. I'm lost. I'm lost. I keep looking at the character, but I'm a little bit lost. I don't know. This might be unknown. I'm just gonna say 6 out of 10 because I don't know what's happening with that female Titan. Vitamina. I respect you for trying to make the seasonal armor work. You know, you did your best to try to hide away like the whole Christmas ornament stuff. I can kind of still see it. I wish Bungie would give us seasonal ornaments without having it to where like the fucking whole thing is plastered on our chest and on our gauntlets and on our boots, but I can see it. And it kind of takes all that stuff, draws away from like the actual gear, which sucks. But you made it work a bit, so we're gonna give you a 6 for trying. You tried. I appreciate that. All right, Vitamine, I'm sorry. Most of this doesn't go well together. The chest piece doesn't do well with the gauntlets, and then the helmet is like a robot metal looking thing happening, and then your class item is cloth, but then up top you're trying to be like a robot thing. I just don't see a synergy here. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry. So I'm giving you a 3 out of 10. I don't see any synergy, man. I'm sorry. Besides the shader matching, I don't see a synergy. All right. Like to apologize, but I say, yo, change that shit up. I'm say, change it up. Okay. I can't really hate on this. Like I said, when people go with like full sets from something and they pick a clean shader, I'm always going to leave that as a 7 out of 10. What I do like is the ghost selection. You also went with the little Hattie ghost. So that gets a 7 out of me, man. That looks nice. It's well put together. So there you go. Black Arrow, you already put your characters here, man. All right, so that character gets a 4 out of 10. Dr. Doom Hunter. The only place I see Dr. Doom is the face. I see Dr. Doom in the face, and the rest, I see Shabuba. I see straight Shabuba. What in that? Like, if you go with Dr. Doom, you go with the dark cloak. You don't go with a spiky one. Your gauntlets is acting crazy. There's actually a set that can make you look like Dr. Doom. You know that, right? You might, you know what? No, Embor got the lowest. This is gonna be a 4 out of 10, man. Sorry, we got work on your Dr. Doom. We need a Google Dr. Doom and then have you look at it as you put your characters together. I'm not a huge fan of that class on it, but it looks nice here. You know why it looks nice here? Because it goes well with the chest piece. And then the shader selection. The helmet, I am not sure of because, once again, I'm not a huge fan of like Iron Banner, Revelry, Dawning fucking like logos being fucking patched on our fucking gear. That's an 8 out of 10 for me. I like the way this look. I fuck with it. And that's a female Titan, right? Look like it. Okay. Your name says flawless. Your character is the opposite. All right. Your character gotta go. Your character gotta go. I mean, like, what the fuck is this? You look like some, like, yo, y'all ever had, like, mint chocolate chip ice cream? It looked like they, you know, they threw you in the batch as they were making the shit. All right? No, this is not the Ass Clapper 5000. It looks like, this like mint chocolate chip ugly Titan. That's what it looked like. That's a 4 out of 10, sir. That's crazy. This hunter look hella different. And for some reason I like it. This hunter looks hella different. This hunter looks hella different. This hunter gets a 9 out of 10 for me. This hunter looks hella different. Shader and everything. I'm not even sure what in the hell's happening here. But I like it. All right? I don't know what it is. I don't like these gauntlets and I don't like the boots. But you somehow slicked out and you made it gold. So now you got the gold and the red happening. And if I had to rock that on my 10, I actually would. So that gets an 8 out of me. That's an 8 out of 10 out of me, man. That's crazy. Because I don't like that set. Yo, Bob. The only thing you're missing is making your character all blue. Sound like, yo, what's up with this ball looking motherfucker right here, bro? Yo, bro, you holding a casket of a ball. You got a ball in your hand. You got a ball on your left cheek, your right cheek. Your whole has a ball. Yo. Yo, y'all gotta be fucked up. Yo, your character is out here balling, son. That's a 5, man. You get 5 out of 10. You out here looking like a ball, bro. Like, matter of fact, we'll make it 6 because 6. There's a ball at the bottom of a 6. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, this motherfucker playing for the Lakers for sure. God damn. Ooh, you snuck in the fucking exotic gauntlets too. Okay. I don't know how, like, why is that so shiny right there? What the fuck? Okay, Controverse holds. Chest speed boosts look nice. Nice class item. You know what I'm saying? It look like you about to play for Lakers for real. This is a 6 out of 10. I'm gonna let it go. Looks nice though because it also goes with the emblem a little bit. You got the green and purple emblem. Okay, all right. That sparrow's out of place though. Damn, Yem. Only thing I have to say is, for some reason, these geomags aren't like going too well here, bro. I would have went with transversus steps. All right, because the geos are like standing out weirdly, but this looks nice. And you got your sparrow matching and shit. You get an 8 out of me, man. Right? The Sparrow didn't match on the last character. Septic, what we got here? Septic, I can't even see your character. I can't see your character. So like you already starting up at 5. I can't I'm saying like you hiding this shit, like I can't see none of the ugliness because you hiding it. So I'm just gonna leave it at 5. That's there's nothing I can do about that. You know what? Your name is Scars, and your character just scarred me. Your character has scarred the shit out of me. All right? The face is gone. The chest don't even match with the boots. Your class sound like you about to go fish netting. Scar, you get a 4. You get a 4 out of 10. The Sparrow is pretty neat, but the character just got me fucked up. I like everything on this outfit besides the helmet. Why did you go with the helmet? The helmet looks like a bug that turned into a robot. Right? Why the helmet? That chest place makes me crazy. It feels scared. Why the helmet? I don't know. Besides that, it's pretty fucking dope. Maybe you wanted the black and red to kind of go like that. I don't know. You get it. 7 out of me. $130. What we got here? You ever been like neutral about something? Like you just see something, you don't know what to say about it? I don't know what to say about this. You get a 5 because I don't know what to say about that. Why your character remind me of a bug? Okay, we got back-to-back 5s. Okay, we got Bumblebee in the building. Okay, Scars redeemed himself. But Scars, why your Sparrow red? Ah, shit. Why is your Sparrow red, dog? You actually got a Bumblebee looking Titan, man. I'm actually proud of this look. You get an 8. You get an 8. But that Sparrow, like, you could have... Matching the emblem with the Sparrow. Okay. Why'd you choose a shader for the chest piece? You know it's gonna do like some blue and some... and it's not even blue and orange because that would have been some like New York Knicks colors and I would have been like, oh, this guy's a New York Knicks fan. No, this is just like... I'm gonna leave that as a 4. What in the hell is this? I can't even see. Hello? Yo, how your name E Greedy, but you out here showing little ass screens? Yeah, you should have been greedy when you fucking screenshot the shit. Yeah. Zoom in next time. God damn, that's a 2 out of 10, son. I can't even see your character. Nah, I'm done, son. This shit is crazy. Damn. Who we got next? Oh my God, man. We gonna start having yeah. We're gonna have some we're gonna have some disqualifications, man. Y'all gonna have to get your characters on for next week because this is crazy. I can't really tell the shader. I mean, this looks nice, but I can't really tell the shader or nothing. Come on, T Squad. I don't know about this, Yum. I don't know about this. It seemed like there's a whole bunch of shit going on, like patterns here, patterns there, and then the gun kind of takes over. I can't really see the arm, and then I think you're running the Halloween. I'm confused. I'm gonna leave this at 5 because I'm confused. I am confused like a mother. All right. I am very confused. Wait. Wait, does the Boo have the thing on there? It looks like it. Okay. If I just saw this character maybe on the actual like screenshot screen or whatever, like in game, probably look dope. I can't really tell from here. I give it a 6 out of 10 though. Looks. Yeah, man, it's hard to like look at the characters and go through the shader and stuff like that if. Is there blue like here? I'm gonna let it go. Hey, look, I can look at Septic's character. Oh, yo, you ever watch Men in Black? That's what I'm reminded of. Remember the cockroach enemy? That one dude that just was like going around and shit. This is what it reminds me of. Except like he's Russian because he got the Russian cap on. Yeah, it reminds me of Men in Black. The cockroach dude visits Russia. That's what it reminds me of. Give you a 6. Give you a 6. There's a lot of brightness going on here. Why'd you choose this damn chess piece, man? You could have put a different chess piece on so like it goes together. For some reason, there's something about like male hunters and the way they stand is just weird. I don't know. Am I in the same tower as you? Probably. All right. What y'all think, chat? I'm gonna go with a 6 because I don't know what the hell's happening. Go with a 6. Go to 6. Calypso. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. I like it. I think the shader breakdown different places looks nice. I give it a 7. I give it a 7. I like it. First thing I see is the class item and the shader selection. I think it's a poor shader selection. Or I don't know if you're trying to match your emblem. It's just terrible. I mean, you're doing the fashion thing. Why you got that gun in your hand when it doesn't match your outfit? Gauntlets and chest go together, but it doesn't go with the helmet. I can't get behind it. Seriously. If I went to the ice cream store and I saw a muddled chocolate and it had like that weird purple grape looking flavor on top of it, I'm not buying it. You look like some like they put like mint and grape and chocolate into one ice cream and like threw it there. It looks like mush. I'm sorry to say this. This is a 2 out of 10 for me. Shader, things being put together. Bro, what's up with your neck? You had a better looking Titan than this before. Maybe you did this so I could roast you, but that's not it. So that's a 2 out of 10 for me. Okay, all right. Female Titan. You know, everything looks clean together. This is what your Titan should be looking like, Beta. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is an 8 out of 10. I'm saying it was wild. That was wild. The gauntlets go crazy. You know why the gauntlets match? Because of the long tube in the back of the character. Whatever this is, it sticks out, and the gauntlet you're using to block, and you can shoot with that. It makes sense. Now let's go back to this character and tell me that you would give us this character a 10, because I wouldn't. I don't even know what the hell's happening. I can't see half of the fucking gear, no details, and the shader selection is poor. It's terrible. I don't know what the fuck this is. I saw that. I don't want it to save me. If I was dying and a guardian came and was like, I'm here to save you, and this was it, I'm out. I'm guessing this is the Dreaming City shader. Everything is clean for me besides the gauntlets. Everything is clean for me besides the gauntlets. So, 7. But yeah, looks nice. I think I have to cut this here soon because I don't want the video to be too long when we upload it. Shim Wow Poppy. Why does Six Coyote always take over the pants like that? I can't really see any details on this character. I don't know. I actually don't know what to give this character. I'll give it a 6 because I don't know what to give it. I think 6 is fine. This is the last character for the day. I like the way it looks. I like how the shader matches the emblem. I like the gauntlet selection. For some reason, his chest piece works really well on female warlocks, but not male warlocks. So right there, I give that a 9, and that's it. That concludes the fashion show for the day. I appreciate everyone for dropping your characters in the Discord. Yeah, we had our guests here, Mr. Rick Kackis. If you need to find them, we'll have the links in the description. Thank you for watching, and if you like these series for the weekends, I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to have a sit down with like multiple people. So we'll probably do a raid and have 5 guests, and we'll, you know, kind of go through and talk about stuff. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.